into a lot of Casey Neistat's YouTube videos. I've watched a few and I'm now a fan. I've only just found out about him from watching other YouTube videos. So there's a cycle that spiraled, and then I've discovered John Olsen, and then that led me to Casey Neistat's YouTube videos. And Casey Neistat has over 3 million followers, and I watched a YouTube video just right now that inspired me to make this video, and he said that three words advice that was given to him from someone else helped him reach 3 million viewers. And those words were, keep uploading videos, or just keep uploading. So I'm here right now, no makeup on. I'm not a fan of makeup anyway, even despite the fact that I was once a makeup artist. I'm not really a big fan of wearing makeup. I'm not a fan of the idea of makeup. To me, it is a mask. It's fake. It doesn't feel very nice on. I just like being fresh-faced, and I want to represent truth and being unmasked. Hence, that's the whole nature of YouTube videos. Raw, unedited vision into someone else's life. It's about taking off the mask and getting to know people. And I think the world is full of too much fakeness as it is. So I want to represent, and I love the idea of not wearing a mask and seeing into someone's true, authentic self. I'm just not a fan of fakeness. And that brings me to the topic of my video. I'm fascinated by, despite that, because we're all conflicted human beings, I say that I'm not a fan of fakeness, but I'm fascinated by marketing and commercials. And right now I'm watching like a top 10 show about the best commercials. It's on in Australia right now. So I'm watching that, and I'm studying communications, and my last assignment was to analyse a commercial or a campaign, and I chose the 2017 lamb ad. And what struck me as very interesting is there was no mention of Australia Day, which was connected to the lamb ad. There's no mention of Australia Day or lamb. It was a political statement talking about, not directly, but visually, it was about Aboriginals being the first people in Australia. And it was not a parody, it was satire, it was political satire. And my idea about the philosophy of it is, and it's going to be controversial, that and this doesn't just go towards the people that the video directly talks about. I think this is a statement that refers to everyone, that, we've all been through hardship. We've lost family members, not as a result of the government, not as a result of, but some people have. There's been other countries where two different cultures have fought over the land. It's happened since forever, and still happening, really. And apart from that fact, everyone's been through hardship. My daughter has to go through life, even though she doesn't see it as hardship. She hasn't known her life in any other way. She's had to go through life without a dad. and like she's looking at me now. She said to go through life without Dad, and I've had to go through life, and she's okay. Like she doesn't know life any other way. And I've lost her father.
My life would be any different.
But I've been sad for myself, but more so I've been sad for him.
I'm not sad. I'm not sad about it.
I'm not sad anymore. I'm done being sad.
It's been years.
And that's the point of what I'm heading towards right now, is the fact that we've all been through hardship, and he doesn't get to see his daughter live.
It doesn't matter.
And we're not unique in that situation. You know, everyone's been through hardship in one way or another, lost a family member. There's been tragedy happen throughout the world, okay? Just lately there's been a tragedy. And those people will move on, and those people will get through it, you know? Everyone has to put the past aside, put centuries ago, and this ad is talking about a topic that's happened years ago, years and years and years and years ago, okay? We have to put years and years ago, a year ago, a month ago, a week ago, a day ago, 5 minutes ago. You have to put that time behind you. It's gone. It's happened. You have to move past it, and wake up, and it's a brand new day, and start again. You can't live in the past. You have to move on for your own mentality, your own soul, your own spirit, your own life, and the lives of those around you. You have to put yesterday, you have to put that behind you. You have to get up and you have to live a new day. You can't dwell in the past. And I can't believe we're still having this conversation. How you can't wake up and be adamant about pushing your message that's related to the past. You know, you can't be living in that situation anymore. You have to be in the now. And that's why Eckhart Tolle's book, what is it? In the Now. It's in the now. The Power of Now. That is such a good book, and it teaches people how to move past what happened in the past and live completely in the now. Don't worry about the future. Don't worry about the past. Live in the now and enjoy it. And each day, just try and live it better than the last day. But this is what causes depression and anxiety. Anxiety is when you're focusing too much and worrying about what's happening in the future. Depression, your mind is back in the past, worrying about what's already happened that you can't change. What is the point of that? No one is unique in the fact that they've gone through hardship. You can't stay stuck in there trying to push that message to everyone, telling everyone, even though it was done in a sort of humorous parody way. We can't be stuck in the past. We have to keep moving forward. There's shitty things that's happened all over the world in the past, but we can't stay stuck in the past. We have to keep moving forward. And that's my point. And my analysis of the commercial went a bit different to that, but that was my point. That was one of my points. Okay? Another thing is, in their representation of other cultures, they were a bit stereotypical. And that's a big thing, that when someone's trying to pull their identity or their culture out of a stereotype, complaining about people being racist, but them themselves being racist, by categorizing them, putting themselves in a different category to everyone else and stereotyping everyone else. Race, I read something really profound while I was studying communications, and that's racism doesn't exist without race. And everyone's fighting, and there's another thing by Foucault, that there's another statement that says he's talking about the practice of the self for enlightenment, and he talked about practices of fighting for a cause when we all should be, his point was we all should be fighting for freedom of everyone. We all need to stop putting ourselves, giving ourselves labels and categories and fighting for different causes when we all should be fighting for one cause, and that's the human race, freedom for everyone. And stop putting ourselves in boxes. And we're going to fight, for feminism. There's menace out there that hate women, they hate feminists. There's, people that hate different categories of people when we all should be fighting for the one cause. And that's such a simple thought to me. Like, even with my own YouTube brand, I was advised by a mentor that knows what he's talking about because he is successful. So of course I'm gonna want to know what he knows, and he advised me to call myself the Single Lady Success Club, because you have to give yourself a genre. You have to give yourself, you have to brand yourself to attract a certain type of person to you, and that will make you more successful, because you're not trying to target to everyone. You're trying to target to a specific group of people that will follow you. And then I asked around, and ladies said they prefer the word independent. And I've always been an independent, well, not always. Well, yeah, I have. Since I was a kid, I was quite independent-minded, wanting to do things on my own all the time. And today, I'm there again, after gone through a string of boyfriends and then being single for a long time, and I've found my identity again, and I'm very independent. I'm an independent person, so I thought the Independent Mums Success Club suits me. But I don't want to pigeonhole myself and pigeonhole the audience and categorise and say this is for a specific group of people, because life is for everyone, really. Life's for everyone, and we should all be fighting for the one cause, and we shouldn't be categorising ourselves in, I'm not going to name groups, because we've got to stop doing that. I'm not going to name groups as an example, because that should stop. I'm not an expert on life, but that's just my opinion. Okay, so I was getting back to Casey Neistat and John Olsen. Okay, I want to be at their standard with all their equipment, because I've made a film before. It's not finished, but I love the creative process of making films, and I've always been a person as a kid to have a camera with me, and I've always been the one taking photos, and I loved it, and documenting. I always wanted to document fun stuff that I did. And that's gone through my whole life, and a lot of the times I haven't had, sometimes my camera's broke or I couldn't afford one at the time, and like right now I don't have all that fancy equipment that they have, but I want to be at that level someday, so I'm just going to make do with talking to a camera, because this is all I have, and you've got to make do with what you have in the moment. And right now I've got this little camera right there. on my computer. And sorry, I haven't been emphasizing my words. I'm a bit, I think I'm a little bit tired and I need to drink a tea right now. Oh, yum. So, yeah, putting honey in your tea is the shot. So where was I? Yeah, I don't have equipment. So what I do have is my computer. I have this little webcam on my computer. I have me. I have my words. I have my thoughts. I have the education that I've got. I can share what I think and hopefully build up a following. And then later on down the track, I've got some more money coming in. My plan is to buy some equipment because I've always wanted some equipment. I feel like I'm a creative person, and sometimes I've felt like I want to create, and I feel a bit restricted without stuff to create with. But you know, right now I've got my computer, I've got my webcam. If I want to paint, I've got some paints. I don't have any more canvases, but I can go out and get a canvas if I want to paint. I need to create, but right now I want to make videos. That's what I do on YouTube. That's what I'm focused on right now. I don't necessarily feel like painting. I want to meditate more, but this is me thinking in the future now. But just a little bit ahead, planning. These are my plans. And that's fine to have plans, but just don't stay stuck in the future or the past. Okay, you know, I just want to meditate. I want to do more yoga. I want to eat better. I already eat well, but I want to eat better. I want to get fit. I want to go for more bushwalks where I am right now. My daughter probably won't like that. How would you feel about doing more walks and stuff? Bushwalks, honey.
Excuse me?
How would you feel about doing more bushwalks?
That'd be cool.
Like we did when we first got here.
That'd be cool.
Yeah? Because it won't be hot now. It's not as hot as it was in summer. So we're past that stage. Yeah, we'll do for more bushwalks. Be good if I could film it, but I don't have... Maybe I can buy a cheap phone or something and film it until I've got some expensive camera equipment. But yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing with my vlogging and educating about communication topics. And that's what I'm going to do. And probably move into somewhere a bit cheaper so that I can put that money that I'd be paying in rent and electricity into... Because I want to move into somewhere where electricity is included, because electricity in Australia right now is at a ridiculous high. I move into somewhere that's cheap, electricity included, then that money can be put towards camera gear. And that's what I'm going to do. So I look forward to making more vlogs and making them do some fun stuff and recording it. But that will have to come when the equipment comes. So yeah, maybe buy a phone I think is the option, so I can at least document what we're doing here. So we live on an island and it'd be pretty cool to document the fun stuff that we do here. You know, just going to the beach, going for bushwalks and seeing koalas and all the nature and wildlife here. That'd be pretty awesome if I could, you know, document that. And they're my plans for now. So in the meantime, I'm going to be talking to this camera and talk about communications topics and anything you want to talk about. Put comments in the chat. I know that on YouTube there's a lot of negativity, and that's not necessarily. It's just bullying. It's adult bullying. What I say to that is find something else to do, because I'm not interested in reading crap, negative stuff. If you've got suggestions, please write them. If you don't, move along. Find something else to do. Okay? So, thank you for watching.